بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome my dear students of Riyadh Salihin Model Schools, the secondary stage, to a new lesson of your Mega Goal 5, Unit 2, pages 24 and 25, Conversation and Listening. Our lesson today will be at pages 24 and 25 for conversation, 5 listening. In this section of the lesson for conversation, you will listen to a conversation between Ahmed and Ibrahim, and we have some questions to answer. In this conversation, my dear students, we have some words, some new words. We will make them obvious to you.
Page 24. 4. Conversation.
My parents gave me 30,000 riyals for graduation.
Wow! What are you going to do with all that cash?
I don't know. I'm going around in circles about it, driving myself and everyone else crazy. At first, I was going to do something really indulgent with it, like take a vacation. I was ready to book it, but then I got cold feet.
Why? I think vacation sounds like a great idea. You've worked really hard for 4 years. You deserve a break.
That's true, but on the other hand, I don't want to spend all that money on something that will be over in a week. So then I was thinking of buying something useful, like a used car.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it would be a great convenience to have a car, but at the same time, I'm used to taking public transportation, and I really don't mind it. Frankly, I can't think of anything that I really need, so maybe I should put the money aside for a rainy day.
Well, yes. I suppose the alternative would be to just put it in the bank until you need it.
Right. But then again, what's the point of having money if you're not enjoying it? Maybe I should do something indulgent with it, like take that vacation.
Now I see how you're driving everyone crazy.
Dear students, after listening to this conversation, we have here some sentences and words. We use them in real talk. Cash, go around in circles, drive someone crazy, get cold feet, don't mind, put something aside for a rainy day. As for cash, it's money. Go around in circles, to think through many possibilities over and over without coming to a decision. That means you can't make up your mind. Drive someone crazy, greatly annoy or irritate people. Get cold feet, to decide not to do something because you are too scared or nervous. Don't mind, not annoyed or bothered by anything or anyone. Put something aside for a rainy day, to reserve something, usually money, for a future need. To save money to your future needs. Here, my dear students, I would like you to match words to their meanings. Here we have cash, go around in circles, drive someone crazy, get cold feet, don't mind, put something aside for a rainy day. And in the other column we have definitions of these words. To save money for the future, don't care or not annoyed, not doing anything because you are scared, money in the form of notes and coins, not reaching or coming to decision, annoy or irritate people. In this slide, my dear students, here we have the right answers, and you were all right. Cash, money in the form of notes and coins. Go around in circles, not reaching or coming to a decision. 3. Drive someone crazy, annoy or irritate people. Get cold feet not doing anything because you are scared. Don't mind, don't care or not annoyed. Put something aside for a rainy day to save money for the future. What about the conversation, my dear students? We have 3 different questions here. I would like you to think of the answer. What options is Ahmed considering? How is he driving people crazy? What do you think he'll do with the money and why? Here are the answers, my dear students. What options is Ahmed considering? He's considering buying a car, going on vacation, and putting the money in the bank. How is he driving people crazy? He can't make up his mind. What do you think he'll do with the money and why? I think he will buy a used car because that is what I would do. Page 25, 5. Listening. In this exercise, my dear students, you are going to listen to a lecture about the history of money. We will write the dates by each form of money. Then we will number the forms of money in the order they were used. Here we have these 3 letters, B, C, E, and these are the abbreviation of before Christian era, or they stand for before Christian era. Here, my dear students, we have some kinds of money: quarry shells, paper money, bartering, electronic money, inexpensive metal coins, coins made of valuable metals.
5. Listening. Listen to the lecture about the history of money. Write the date by each form of money. Then number the forms of money in the order they were used.
The first way in which goods were bought was not with money. Instead, people used to trade something of value that they possessed for something they needed. The most common things to trade were cattle and crops, like corn and wheat. So, for example, if you were a farmer, you might trade your corn with a butcher for meat. The butcher might trade his meat with a shoemaker for shoes. This kind of trade was called bartering. Bartering began as far back as 9000 BCE. However, there was a problem with bartering. What if someone had something to trade, but no one wanted or needed it? Or what if people could not agree on what was a fair trade? To solve this problem, the first kind of money came about around 1200 BCE in China, where people would use special shells called cowrie shells to purchase goods. These shells were the most widely and longest used form of money in history. In some parts of Africa, these shells were used until the middle of the 1900s. The earliest metal coins were produced in China around 1000 BCE. The coins were made out of an inexpensive metal and had holes in them so that they could be put together to make a chain. The earliest coins made of valuable metals were silver coins produced in Turkey around 500 BCE. Coins made of silver, bronze, and gold were soon being used by the Greeks, Romans, and Persians. By 800 CE, the first paper money had appeared in China. This form of money eventually became common around the world. At one point, people probably thought the cowrie shells were going to be used forever. That's how many of us think about coins and paper money now. But money is likely to continue to change. In fact, a new kind of money is already being exchanged over the internet. This money, called electronic money or digital cash, functions like real cash, except it's not on paper. The money in a bank account is converted to a digital code, which can be used to make purchases. While digital cash is very new, it is expected to become common in the years ahead.
After listening, my dear students, we will write the dates by each form of money and in the order they were used. Bartering, number 1, 9000 BCE. 2 cowrie shells, 1200 BCE. 3 inexpensive metal coins, 1000 years BCE. 4 coins made of valuable metals, 500 BCE. Paper money, number 5, 800 BCE. And the last one is electronic money today.
Page 25. 6. Pronunciation. In English, the past tense ending ed has 3 different pronunciations. For verbs that end in the sounds p, k, f, s, ch, or sh, pronounce the ending t, as in worked. For verbs that end in vowel sounds, or b, g, v, z, j, th, j, m, n, ing, o, pronounce the ending d, as in opened. For verbs that end in the sounds d or t, pronounce the ending id, as in wanted. Listen and practice.
1. They traded something of value that they possessed for something they needed. 2. What if no one wanted or needed it? 3. The first coins were produced in China, and the first paper money appeared in China. 4. Money called digital cash is already being exchanged over the Internet.
Number 7, vocabulary building. My dear students, these words will be on page 26 and 27 in the reading passage. I would like you to write down the meaning of these words to be used afterwards. Renowned, comply with, hurdle, implement, founder, endowment, dispute, assets. And here are the answers of these definitions of words from 1 to 8. A. Renowned, known, respected, and admired. Comply with. G. Be in accordance, agreement with, or obey. Hurdle, an obstacle, a problem, or difficulty. Implement, to put into practice, to make changes. Founder, the person or people that establish an organization or company. Endowment, amount of money that is given as income to an organization, group, charity, project. Dispute, strong disagreement or argument. Assets, things of value that are owned by a person or organization. Thank you for joining me, my dear students.